Hello kitties, welcome back to the channel. Today I am finally catching up on something that I wanted to catch up for a while, and it is NMIXX on Lee Mujin, and we had a whole episode dedicated to NMIXX, which I'm super excited about. They 100% deserve it so much. I actually already recorded this episode. I recorded it right after it came out, but no matter how we edited it, it was getting blocked, and I was getting so freaking upset because I knew that I wouldn't have a time to re-record it again. But today, finally, I have time to sit down and re-record the entire episode. I am very excited. NMIXX are some of my favorite girls. They know that. I hope they know it. You guys know that. NMIXX is a group that relentlessly works on their vocals, on their harmonies. They have such an incredibly high quality when it comes to vocal arrangement. Now, before we jump to the video, let me remind you that I still have a couple of slots reserved for vocal analysis this month before Christmas. So if you would like to start your new year with singing, and you would like to start your singing journey with me, then definitely check the link down in my description. Let me help you and start you on that singing journey. It's gonna be my pleasure. And now, without any further ado, let's get to the video. Let me also say that at the very beginning of this episode, Lee Mujin also has his segment, his song. Definitely go watch just the entire episode. His singing is incredible. I really love him as a singer, but I really wanted to focus on the NMIXX. And but please, there's so much interesting things that girlies said from NMIXX as well in their interviews, so definitely watch the entire episode. I'm just gonna look at the songs and at the singing, so this video is not 3 hours long. So let's get into it. It's kind of starting with Blue Valentine, which is the title track from their last comeback, something that you should definitely hear. Let's go. Go, go.
You always be my blue Valentine. You always be my blue Valentine.
I freaking love how she's cutting through the vocal break there. Blue Valentine. You could mix it a little blue, but I actually really enjoy the really stark switch that cut directly through the vocal break, and you have such a contrasty big switch between that chest and that head voice. Her voice can so carry that because she has a really nice color. So romantic
You
too.
always be my blue Valentine. 식어버린 너의 색은 blue. 파랗게 멍이 든 my heart. 몇 번 이고 다시 날. You're in the love sick, 이건 such a bad love. We fight, we sigh, and stop. 붉게 타오르다 한순간에 식어가. Rewind, rewind, rewind. 언제 그랬냐는 듯이 또 서로를 찾아.
I actually really enjoy all three of them got that lower register placement. You know that for me, Bae is my absolute heart. I genuinely love her position in NMIXX. I really enjoy lower voices in K-pop from the girls that are forced to go into too much modulation and too much cutification. Nevertheless, I enjoy when they're not pushed into that position. That's why I really like Uki from Idol. I really like Bae. I think their sound is so inevitable if you want to actually have vocally interesting group, if you know what I mean. So if it's not just like, oh, a bunch of cutified voices slapped together, not much of a deep kind of thinking about actual vocal composition or, you know, anything that would contribute into actual depth of the sound of the group. If you have such a well-nuanced group vocally like NMIXX, you need that bass. You need not only Bae, but you need, because she's like absolutely inevitable, but you also need other members to be able to really dip into their range. That's why I always said that I am so happy that Sulian, which is the cutie pie of the group, they're all cutie pies, but Sulian is a specifically cutie pie. Like, she's the cutie pie of the cutie pies. I am so happy that even though she has that image, she is not vocally pushed to that placement. And actually, I see them really trying to support her in her range. So she has some high tones, she's strong belty, but they are also really encouraging her to be strong in her, you know, in her bass and in her chest voice as well, and utilizing that in that group setting.
파랗게 멍이 뜬 my heart 몇 번 이곳 날 You're in the lovesick, 이건 such a bad love We fight, we sigh, and stop 붉게 타오르다 한순간에 식어가 Rewind, rewind, rewind 언제 그랬냐는 듯이 또 서로를 찾아 부서진 forever I can see it now Can you see it now 우리 마치 broken glass on the ground 돌이킬 수 없다 해도 we can figure it out If this love is
The problem very often with most of the companies when they're giving some low tones to their group is just the same as the high tones. They overshoot it. They go too low just as they go way too high with high tones sometimes. And I actually like this because they were not losing their color and stability in their voice because they were low. It was still within their comfortable range, you know? So again, not too low, but low enough for us to actually enjoy, you know? And the contrast will be quite big, as we can see already Sulian just jumping there, because the low parts are low enough for when we make that jump to make that big effect.
Can you see it now? 우리 마치 broken glass on the ground 돌이킬 수 없다 해도 we can figure it out If this love is over 다시 뛰어들어 난 이 사랑은 colder I keep the fire in mind You'll always be my blue Valentine
Oh yeah, Lily is singing it like I did that example at the very beginning. Blue because you have two options. You can really go into the pure head voice, then the break is going to be much more pronounced. It can be fun. Blue, blue. So the vocal break is a little bit more pronounced. The difference is quite stark, but you also can mix a little bit that top, and the difference is not going to be so big, and the top tone is going to be actually a little bit more balanced towards the bottom. It's purely stylistic choice. There's no right and wrong in this, but it's really cool that we have both examples in here. So Lily went blue Valentine. So the top is a little mix. You can hear it's not just but also, the whole song on that, the jumping on that blue can be really difficult for keeping that pitch really stable. I liked the way she sang this here. I'm just gonna be very short with this one. She was very nicely having nice closure and vocal cords on the lower parts. She diffused it into the higher parts, which I think is more stylistic because I'm pretty confident that she would be able to pull it with a full tone as well. She's also diffusing it quite a lot towards the end.
Yay!
Lily looked at that slightly confused. She was like, this is... It looked like she wanted to sing much more of it. Lily's like, wait. Are we done? Are you sure about that? Guys, this is the new song, Blue Valentine. Go check it out. Go check out the original video, but also their music video. Please, please, please support them. It was beautiful comeback, okay? Let's go to the next one. So this is called Snowflower.
어느새 길어진 그림자를 따라서 땅거미진 어둠 속을 그대와 걷고 있네요. 손을 마주 잡고 그 언제까지라도 함께 있는 것만으로 눈물이 나는 걸요.
Gotta love Heaven. Like, one of my favorite tonal qualities in K-pop, if I can be quite honest. Heaven very heavily reminds me of Ween from Mamamoo. And Ween was one of my first loves in K-pop because I was like, oh my God, do we have these voices in K-pop too? Oh my God. That's where I was like, I need to stay. If we have people like this in K-pop, I need to stay. It was the very beginning when I started to react to K-pop videos at the beginning. I was like, oh Lord, we have something. Oh, you know? So she reminds me of Ween a lot. She is so... I also want to just very quickly emphasize how aware she is of her voice. She has multiple techniques and multiple styles that she likes to sing with. She is really not putting herself in a box, which a lot of other singers do. It's not something wrong necessarily. You want to be the best at the style that you choose to do. You want to perfect it. But one thing that I really appreciate about her is that she is extremely open-minded about her vocals and about the embellishments and techniques that she uses. And she is very connected to how her voice will translate. Just that subtle usage of that air. She's not doing, you know, but like she's using a little na 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, na, na. Like the breath is almost part of that storytelling that you have there. It's not something that would disrupt you, but it feels so sincere thanks to that. Ooh, that was gorgeous. So most of the introduction is very airy. And it's a quite airy. And now I don't mean 50-50. This is quite airy singing. She uses it as a soft introduction. I was waiting for the moment where it's going to start to connect a little bit more and get a little heavier. This song requires a really soft intro. Like, it was beautiful, right? So there's absolutely nothing wrong with mixing quite a lot of air there. I like that just, it was very momentary. Before that we went so we hit only 2 tones where we went a little bit more to the depth and get a little bit more connection of the vocal cords, and how much contrast and how much tension it created in that phrase. And we went back to that area when we jumped up, but the tone at the top was just so angelic. 내 모든 걸 당신께 주고 싶어 이런 가슴에 그댈 안아요 약하기만 한 내가 아니에요. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of push and pull. It's very soft and it's quite an empty song, so she can afford to do. There's really, really airy parts. And when she connects just very momentarily and very shortly, just to create a little bit of a dynamic tension. So pretty.
그대 곁이라면 또 어떤 일이라도 할 수 있을 것만 같아 그런 기분이 드네요.
See, this is what I meant when I said that her voice, she's very aware of what her voice is doing. A lot of other singers that I see, like very young singers in K-pop, it's like their voice is like a little untamed animal, you know? It's like really hard for them to understand how it's going to translate on the way out and subtleties of the voice, right? And you can see that she can take a song and create such a subtle dynamic. It's like really just a little bit of that push in the dynamic forward and then taking it away again. It's a very tiny dynamic work, but it has a beautiful effect, like a final effect on that song, right? It's gorgeous, baby.
기도하고 있어요. 바람이 나의 창을 흔들고 어두운 밤마저 깨우면 그대의 아픈 기억마저도 내가 다 지워줄게요.
This is pretty. We've got also dynamic growth across the song, which usually happens. If I have like a very subtle introduction by a singer, I will expect quite of a growth and dynamic later in the song. I do not want to stay on the same line. I don't care how pretty it is. I want some growth. I want some, I want some drama to unfold towards the second half of or the end of the song, right? Or the bridge or something. And she's doing exactly that. She really tenderized us with that beginning. And now she's going to give us the same melody, the same range, but with so much more connection in her voice and much more size of that sound. Even the top tone before we had before very airy. We're gonna so she's trying to go a little bit more into connection even on the top tone, so even in the falsetto. And you can also hear a very tiny vibrato at the top there because she's trying to connect her vocal cords and much more. Oh, he likes it. It was a beautiful tone. You can see the growth and development towards that tone much earlier before she opens it. When she already starts it, right? She started mixing immediately when she started that phrase, so prepping herself to open that tone beautifully. Beautiful vowel work too. This was where she was the most like vulnerable, I would say, as a singer. On her place, I would get a little bit more connection in her vocal cords. She can afford that. Like the dynamic is there. She started it. For some reason, she kind of withdrew a little bit. She started to mix a little bit more air. And this is something that a lot of people think that like airy, light singing is easier to control, while it's actually not true. If you get a good connection, good abduction in your vocal cords, you're gonna have an easy time controlling that voice. That's why she lost a very tiny bit at the very end. And you can see that she had to put a lot of effort to make sure that that pitch stays stable. While if she would go with a bigger, heavier tone, it would be easier for her to maintain there. It was a really hard phrase. She didn't have too much space for breathing there. You can hear that's where the pitch wavered. Even me, like I'm trying to push a little bit into connection of the vocal cords because it's easier for me to maintain. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be so classic. Can be more brighter. It doesn't matter. But the more connection, the more stable it's gonna be. She started the phrase a little airy. And that's where that big effort came to really keep that pitch stable. She did a good job, but it was obvious that that was the point where she felt that pressure.
지금 후레에 젖는 꽃을 바라보면 함께 있는 이 순간에 내 모든 걸 당신께 주고 싶어 이런 가슴에
Little Friday.
그대라나요 울지 말아요 나를 바라봐요 그저 그대의 곁에서 함께 있고 싶은 마음뿐이라고 다신 그댈 놓지 않을 테요 끝없이 내릴 겨울을 감싸온
I am actually quite persuaded that she could pull it with a full she could have gone with a full tone. Now I'm thinking if she's very careful. She's more careful than Heaven usually is. So maybe she was not 100% comfortable. Maybe her vocal cords were a little tired. So she was like, I'm going to go with the most safe route for myself where I'm going to feel comfortable and confident, because at the end of the day, you want the singer to be comfortable and confident, and they know the best what they feel. But I know her range and I know she could pull it with a full voice as well. So I'm wondering that maybe she was not feeling the best and she really wanted to go the safe route.
함께 있고 싶은 마음뿐이라고 다신 그댈 놓지 않을 테요 끝없이 내릴 겨울을 감싸온 거리 가득한 눈꽃 속에서 그대와 내 가슴에 조금씩 작은 추억을 그리네요 영원히 내 곁에 그대 있어요.
I love that last try too. She really can sell that emotion. It was beautiful performance. Like you get glued to your skin and you cannot peel yourself off. It is so mesmerizing. Partially I'm heavily biased because I love husky voices. Like husky voices in men and in women are just something that I adore. Like I am addicted. So Heaven, she always had my heart. She had it in her. She just has it in her keeping. She knows that. I pretty much know that she knows that everyone loves her voice because of that incredible husky quality. My girl did very well though. It's something different from Heaven. I'm pretty sure she covered songs like this before, but I have to say that for me, I heard her mostly in other positions, so it was really, really cool to see her like this. It was extremely emotion charged and she sold it really beautifully. All right. Next we have Wait a Minute by Willow. I love the song quite a lot.
Wait a minute, I think I left my conscience on your front doorstep. Oh, wait a minute, I think I left my consciousness in a sixth dimension. But I'm here.
At the onset on that, it can be really difficult for people who do not know where to place it. She's placing it exactly where Willow is placing it. It's quite of a back placement, so she's not in front. You don't want that. You want a little bit of the depth. Sitting at the back. If you do not do it correctly, it's gonna sound strange as hell. So I'm so happy that she's using the same similar technique that Willow is using there.
Oh, wait a minute, I think I left my consciousness in a sixth dimension. But I'm here right now, just sitting in the cloud. Oh wow, I'm here right now with you. Oh wow, oh wow. I don't even care. Run my hands through your hair. You wanna run your fingers through mine, but my dress too thick and that's alright.
Love the connection, quite honestly. The connection in the vocal cords. So the vocal cords are fully abducting there. It's giving her that really deep, nice sonor quality, and she's also not afraid to let her larynx go a little bit. It's not too fully dropped larynx, but it's giving her a little bit more depth than which part was there? I don't even care. So a little bit of the drop here. You can see it from the side. Let me do you see that larynx dropping? I don't care. A little bit of a drop. It's giving her the drive. She also connected it with a little bit of a fry because that's making it slightly easier to do. I don't care.
Even care. Run my hands through your hair. You wanna run your fingers through mine, but my dress too thick and that's alright. Hold on, wait a minute. Feel my heart's attention. No.
Slightly mixing at the top. Hold on, wait a minute. But it's not getting brighter. So when people start to mix, very often you hear the stark change in a quality. Hold on for a minute, or hold on for a minute. No, she's not getting there. She's mixing a little bit, but she's still keeping the sounds towards the back. Hold on for a minute. Hold on. So proud of her. She's doing so well. I know that sometimes, like, you know, English is, not a strong virtue for many K-pop idols. And I know that Bae is predominantly Korean speaking. Don't come for me if it's not true, but I feel like, the English, she probably does speak a little bit of an English, but this song is so hard on phrasing. For non-English speakers, the word dividings are awkward here and there. There's passages where you have like a lot of words like cramped together, and I just really wanted to praise her for how well she's phrasing, how well she's trying to get her pronunciation down, because this song is one of the songs where you can get lost even as a natural.
Some things don't work, some things are bound to be, some things they hurt, and they tear apart me. You left your diary in my house.
A little whiny. You left your diary in my house. Oh. Willow does it very over-exaggerated. I love her singing style in this song, actually. I'm very happy when singers are not scared for a braver, weirder, bigger sounds, even when they're like not deemed like stereotypically pretty, you know. There's a little bit of a glide into everything and a little bit of a fry. sound with a lot of whining, which is giving that phrase just so much like a cool sound, and she replicated it really nicely.
Some things are bound to be, some things they hurt, and they tear apart me. You left your diary in my house, and I read those pages. Do you really love me, baby?
Baby, there's a little drop larynx there.
Some things are bound to be, some things they hurt, and they tear apart me. But I broke my word, and you are bound to see. And I cry at the curve when you first said, oh, and I think I may. Hold on, wait a minute. Feel much attention. No, hold on, wait a minute. I left my consciousness in a sixth dimension. Let my soul in its vision. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Some people.
I love the range for her. She can be belty, but she doesn't have to thin her voice and go too light. She doesn't have to go into her head mix. Just really nice, connected. This is a very good range for her.
Some just try to get by. Some people like that hurt. Some just rather say goodbye.
She's doing a little vocal chorus. Hold on, wait a minute. Dun, 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 dun. She's getting a little bit more dynamic forward, getting it more in the growth of the song. So something like embellishments like vocal cries are gonna fit perfectly.
Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it.
Oh, that was dreamy. She makes a little air there. Let's go get it. So very, very airy, but it was nice contrast.
Let's go get it.
Oh, it was a nice change.
Hey! Oh!
Nicely done. That would be, I would never kind of imagine combo of this song with Bae, but when someone would tell me, I would be like, yeah, right now, immediately. Actually, it was such a well-fitting song for her. I really like the songs that they're using for Uki from Idol. They're also having like a really good repertoire of this like badass, more belty, use your full voice type of stuff. And I'm super happy that Bae also has such a fitting song for her here too.
정말 이렇게 연다.
Okay, and the last, we've got Lily and her driver license. Let's go.
일단은 할 때 한국식
Okay, and the last, we've got Lily and her driver license. So let's go.
I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But the day I drove through the suburbs, crying cause you weren't around.
So Lily has a different intro. Lily, she worked a lot on the control of her voice. It was something that when she started, I know she's singing since her childhood, but she has that type of a massive voice, massive, big voice that is really hard to control, and it's like a bigger than the person that has it, right? And she literally grew into that big person and a very technical singer and a singer that has this control over her voice. And one of the things that are really hard to do is to have a control over really light, tiny, but not breathy tone. So when someone wants to have like a really tiny dynamic, so something very, very small when it comes to volume, they usually mix air, very similar to what Heaven does, what Heaven did in her song. So 90% of the singers, you're gonna get a lot of air mixed in because this is how you soften it up, right? Now, then there are a certain percentage of singers that will use a very tiny clean tone, and that is really, really tough to do. Because the clean tone, most people, when they go into clean tone and they do have a good connection of vocal cords, they only can do it through a really big tone. So the dynamic immediately goes whoop, like just flows out of the handle, right? Lily, I don't know if you remember, but she used to be that way. The moment she started singing and really connecting, the volume went up. It was like really like a big, massive voice. Look at her now. Like that was clean tone, but so goddamn well controlled. So it's really cool to see a singer that can build the dynamic, not only through softening, just through air, but really having a tiny little tone, but very clean. It is different. Man, it's tough.
And you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. Yeah, today I drove through the suburbs. 'Cause how could I ever love someone else?
A little bit of a fry. I also like on separate vowels, like on just a couple of places. She put a little bit more pressure to just keep that phrase kind of fluctuating up and down. It's gorgeous.
'Cause how could I ever love someone else?
Oof.
And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one.
Oh, beautiful.
And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me.
I did not cry the first time I was making this video. That is not fair. Oh, Lily, baby girl. BMO.
For no one.
I will let the rest of the chorus play. I just want to comment on this one transition.
And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one.
This song and a lot of Olivia's songs are so hard because she's working through multiple registers there, and it's really hard to like build your path through it without stumbling, without having issues with the vocal break, without having like really stark change in your tone quality because of that vocal break, right? So you're starting in a chest, similar to Golden, by the way. So you start in your chest, you're progressively mixing. You're starting pure chest, you're ending up in quite like a mid of the mix, and then the top tone, you have two options. What easier one is switching purely into head voice, but it's gonna be such a big like flip that it's just gonna be very obvious. This is what most of the singers don't want to do. They want to stay connected. They want it to feel like a one fluent phrase. She did beautifully because for that you have to mix a little bit of that head voice. It cannot be just da da da, but da 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 da. So it's really difficult to do. You have to be really heavily in control of your voice, and you really have to be super in control of like going through your registers. Your vocal break has to be just in check too. So beautifully done, quite honestly. Oh my god. And still, she's not applying too much pressure. She's still like very gentle with the pressure.
Never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Yes, so the toddler, 'cause you didn't mean what you said about me. Normally, we would get Lily in, but you didn't, na. She would be much more belty there, but she's putting so much effort to really having that tone light, connected, clean, but very tiny and light, and just, I love her. I love her so much.
Now I drive alone past your street.
Oh, this is tearing my heart apart. Oh my God, I don't know why I'm so emotional
All
today.
my friends are tired of hearing how much I miss you, but I kinda feel sorry for them, 'cause they'll never know you the way that I do. Today I drove through the suburbs and pictured I was driving home to you. And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one.
And a beautiful build-up. Exactly what she didn't do in the first chorus, she now can completely develop in a second. So that's what we were getting first on. And now full connection, full abduction of a vocal chorus. Also, her tone quality is just so bright and shiny and metallic, but it is just hitting the right spot in this song, really.
Never felt this way for no one.
She's a little wailing there too.
I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Her physiology is also incredible. Like, she can stay connected for so goddamn long, and the brightness in her voice is actually fitting this song beautifully. It's not something that would be too abrasive. Like, you want that build up. There's also a little wailing. All right, she can go a little extra. She can bring a little drama. It's just perfect for the
You
song.
said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Red lights, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars, front yards. Can't drive past the places we used to go to, 'cause I still effing love you, babe. Ooh.
I'm struggling. I am struggling. Okay, little mixed air. Not too much, just a lighter. I'm gonna guess that the second round we're gonna go full in.
'Cause I still effing love you, babe.
Crashed into the babe beautifully.
Sidewalks we crossed, I still hear your voice in the traffic. We're laughing over all the noise. God, I'm so blown away through that I still effing love you, babe. Ooh.
Yeah, this build-up was beautiful because she did exactly what she did at the very beginning. So the first verse, first chorus, very light and just a tad mixed air, like but you can already hear the placement that she's gonna use. She's not just like any empty head voice. You can already hear at the back of it. She's gonna use the same placement, just with more connection and with more support. It's the same placement, just a little bit less support and less connection. And the second one, she just delivers completely. She's also opening her vowels very prettily. She's using a little vocal flips there, which some people love. Some people don't like them too much. I mean, with this those little flips, she's using it there, but Lily loves them, to be very fair, and they bring drama. I'm all for drama here, so more drama.
That's the places we used to go to, 'cause I still effing love you, babe.
And I'm just gonna connect fully.
Sidewalks we crossed, I still hear your voice in the traffic. We're laughing over all the noise. God, I'm so blown away through, but I still effing love you, babe. I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote. I'm gone.
Just gorgeous outro. It's going so light into that. It's a beautiful ending to that push and pull and the dynamic changes we went through.
Effing love you, babe. I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't
A little fry here and there.
how you could be so okay now that I'm gone.
A tad of vibrato there too.
Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Yeah, you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
I like a little melodic changes here and there too. Oh my god, that was hard. That was hard for me to get through. I feel like I have been watching Lily since she was so small when she started singing. I don't think I made a video about that, but I think I digged up, and people on my Patreon also digged out such old videos of her because they really wanted me to see where she started and how she grew. And it is incredible, the singer that she grew into. And I can be quite honest with you, I still don't think she's fully done cooking. I think she's like 85% done. There's still quite a room to go for her, not because she wouldn't be good, but because she can be even goddamn better. I can tell. It's like, oh my god, it's like watching a character get into their final stage and you're like, damn. And then they develop even more and you're like, wait, this is way overpowered. This is no way this character can be just surrounded with other characters, because damn, this person is just so overpowered. Such a beautiful performance though. The dynamic in it was just beautiful. Like, all the girls had really well done dynamic, but with her massive voice and the power that she can actually produce with it, to be able to really consolidate it and make sure that the pacing of the song is really balanced, and that we're getting all that longing, all that wailing, all that that desperate feelings and emotions nicely portrayed, but balanced with also the somber feeling, the melancholy. So she packed all of that in via her voice. Really gorgeous performance. Again, thank you so much for waiting, everybody. I am so happy that I got to record this episode. But if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to subscribe right here. Here is the video that YouTube actually recommends for you. And here are the rest of my K-pop reactions. Please stay safe and healthy. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.